Hi and welcome to another Marvel Legends review video. In this video we're going to be looking at the Deadpool Legacy collection figure that came out last year to coincide with the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So Hasbro released two MCU Deadpool figures last year. They released this Legacy collection figure, which is actually a reissue of an older figure, and it comes with some updated accessories. And then they also released the new Deadpool and Wolverine figure. And that figure has more new elements. So it's got some new sculpting, that belt buckle is new, and it's also an updated design in line with the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And it also features that much brighter red. Now, this is my first MCU Deadpool figure that I bought, and I wanted one that I felt captured more the look of Deadpool across the movies. And I'll be honest, I just thought that new figure, that red is just really, really bright. I think it makes it look a bit more plastic and a bit more cheap. And also, I just think it's a really bright red. I prefer the more muted reds, the look that kind of Deadpool had in the first and second movie, and I think it still works as a representation of the character for the third movie. You know, you can put him next to your Wolverine figure and it's not going to look out of place. But yeah, I just preferred that look. I think the other one is just that red's a little bit bright for me. But obviously some people may prefer the newer design and want to get that more up-to-date one. But for me, I was happy picking up the Legacy collection figure. So here's a look at the figure in the packaging, pretty standard Marvel Legends box, with the window again, which is great. Same images on the side and the back, no information about other figures in this wave, although really the only other Deadpool Legacy figure at the moment is that Wolverine in the vest. But I wonder if we'll see some more Deadpool Legacy figures in future. The obvious choice is Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who is only available in the twin pack with Deadpool, which is pretty hard to find now. In terms of other Deadpool characters, you can still get Domino pretty easily, although the Cable figure from Deadpool 2 is getting a bit harder to get now. I'd really like to get that actually at one point. So yeah, that's one on my list. But yeah, I wonder if we'll see more Deadpool Legacy figures as time goes on. So here's the figure out of the box, and you can see the various accessories that comes with the figure. So he comes with these wide open hands, which are fitted at the moment. He also comes with a pair of fists, a pair of gun hands with some trigger fingers. In terms of weapons, he's got two swords, he's also got a dagger, and he's also got two handguns, which you can't really see here because they're actually already fitted into his holsters on his legs, which is great because there's actually been some Marvel Legends figures before with holsters or gun holders. That's great that we have actually got guns on this figure, and obviously it's a big part of Deadpool is all weapons, so it's great to have a really good selection of weapons with the figure. You also got this little unicorn as well for fun little accessory. But yeah, a really good selection of accessories for this figure, especially when you look at what you get with most Marvel Legends figures these days. At the time of recording this video, Legends have just announced this new Maximum line, and the first figure is that Maximum Spider-Man figure, which comes with a bunch of hands, a couple of heads, and some web effects. But when you look at this, really, it's like, well, what else would you get in a Maximum Deadpool figure? I suppose an unmasked head or two unmasked heads would be a really great thing to have, maybe some sort of explosion effects. But in terms of weapons, you pretty much got everything that you would expect. So I think for a standard kind of price Marvel Legends figure, especially compared to what you tend to get these days, it's actually a really good lineup of accessories that you get. You can see I've been posing the figure around a bit, and yeah, he's generally an easy figure to pose and move. He's got pinless arms, but does have pins on the knees. Some people hate those old style joints and pins. I think on this design they're not particularly noticeable. You know, it's kind of armor sort of look, and the pins don't stand out too much. But yeah, it's an older style on the legs. But yeah, he's actually really flexible. I think compared to some particularly recent figures I've bought, he's fairly easy to move his arms around, and they're far more flexible than on the Wolverine figure that I reviewed recently, which was really limited in terms of motion. This is much better. The ab crunch is a little limited due to the kind of straps and the sword holders on the back, and the belt gets in the way a bit, but you can do a little bit of an ab crunch on him. His feet are pretty stiff. I had a hard time moving those, which I think is a bit of a standard Legends thing, but he does stand up well without a stand compared to a lot of figures that I've played around with recently. Head motion, you can rotate his head pretty well. Look from side to side, a bit of up and down motion, not loads, but a little bit. But yeah, really good flexibility on the arms and the wrists and elbows, which I think is really important for getting some good poses with those weapons. So here's the figure with the Deadpool and Wolverine figure that I reviewed recently, because I think a lot of people will be displaying these together, and yeah, I think they look really great together. In terms of sizing, you can see, he's kind of a good height compared to Wolverine. Movie accurate, if not comic accurate, yeah, Wolverine should be a lot shorter, but yeah, this is our MCU version, so they're kind of similar heights, although Deadpool looks slimmer, I think, in build compared to Wolverine, which I think is right. Looking at the figures together, I think they look great. I really prefer this slightly darker red than that really bright one from the new movie, but I still think they look good together. The texturing on the Deadpool figure, I think, is really nice. There's a lot of detail to the kind of the outfit. There's sort of some sort of bullet impact marks on the chest and sort of wear and tear on the figure, as well as some sort of lines that make it look a bit like fabric, as well as that kind of sort of armor kind of detail built in various places. And yeah, I think it's a really nicely detailed figure. Some nice kind of sort of almost like mesh effect on his head as well for the mask. And yeah, it looks really nice up close. The paintwork on mine was really, really good. Lots of nice detailed straps and little pouches, very Rob Liefeld. But yeah, I think it's really nicely done, especially when you look at some other Marvel Legends figures with a much more simple design. It's really nicely finished. So here's the Deadpool figure as part of my MCU display. See, I've got him front and center with my Wolverine. And I think, yeah, he sizes really well with other MCU figures. You can see we've got the Deadpool Colossus behind them there. I'm going to be reviewing that in an upcoming video. Yeah, I think he looks great. I do think, I need to get some more stands on my figures so I can display things in a bit more of a dynamic, exciting way. But yeah, this Deadpool stands up pretty good on his own, but if you wanted to get him in some more of a dynamic pose, kind of jumping or crouching or leaping, you could do with a stand. But yeah, he stands up a lot better than some of the other figures, which are always falling over. But yeah, really happy with how he looks. Overall, really happy with this Deadpool Legacy figure. So thanks a lot for checking the video out. Make sure you subscribe and check out my channel for more Marvel Legends reviews. And yeah, thanks a lot for stopping by.